April. Obviously, the USPGA last month at Quail Hollow didn't go well. As you say, Kelly missed the cut in Canada as well. He says that he's found something with the driver. He's gone back to an old model. But will that be enough on this very exacting test? I think that is a big question. And my feeling is that there's a question mark. Someone put it to me today. There's a question mark over his drive mentally and his driver physically. And those will be
the battle almost. The fact that it's going to be the player that mentally wins the battle that is going to win.
Absolutely. You know, the USGA who set up this US Open, they like to talk about major club, the one that resides between the ears, and it's dealing with the adversity, dealing with the setbacks, not being derailed by them, because one by one, each of these players will be driven to distraction over the 4 days of competition, and it's always the last man standing when it comes to the men's US Open.
Very quickly before we leave, are you more Eeyore or Tigger tonight?
Oh, I'm always Tigger, Kelly. You've got to be Tigger, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm a bit more Tigger than if I'd have been watching the England game last week. That was very an Eeyore performance. Shugani is watching for us.
And they're off to an entertaining start here, but they have lost a couple of wickets.
He's got into some good positions, so it's again, how do we react? Now what we've seen, and win the second half and go on and win the game.
Yeah, an interesting tactical battle to ensue in the second half.
And they are 53 for 2.
And that's ball-by-ball commentary right now over on 5 Sports Extra. You can find in-play highlights on the BBC Sport website and app, and there'll be highlights on BBC Two and iPlayer from 11 p.m. Now, the World Test Championship starts at Lords on Wednesday. That's between Australia and South Africa. And the Australian captain, Pat Cummins, has been speaking to Alison Mitchell about what it means to be playing in the match and his love of Test cricket.
It's a little bit different. I think it's a time to reflect on the last couple of years. You know, the core of this group's basically been here for the whole 2 years. And it's quite a good feat. Every team, test playing nation in the world is trying to get into this final. So to make the final in itself is an achievement. So yeah, I think it's kind of you enjoy it. We've got our families over here as well. And it's a one-off game, so you never quite know what's going to happen. But I think it's again a good time to kind of look back on what's done well over the last couple of years and hopefully play well. Lords against a team that we haven't played
tomorrow morning. But we're just minutes away from the second half kicking off between England and Senegal. So let's head back to the City Ground and join Michael Brown, Leon Osman and John Murray. Leon, what do you want to see in this second half?
Well, I think that I'd like to see a change of system. I'd like to see England players playing in a system that they're comfortable with, a system that they know that this is the time for experiments, this is the time to see if they can do it. But I also want to see us entertain and win games, and the first second's been a little bit lost. I think Declan Rice were not able to see the game.
England have just come back out onto the pitch. I can't see that there's going to be any changes at the break. It doesn't look like that. In fact,
The same personnel are there.
Do you think that's a case of giving them the message, giving them 10, 15 minutes, whatever, at the start of this second half to see if they can implement those messages and then make the changes?
Well, I think if we look at the players that are out there, I think you can certainly tweak and change certain things, with the team we have. So that's no issue there. Just have a little look, a little bit longer. You might wait for 60 minutes or so and see how they adapt, how they get on. I'm just wondering to see if there is any type of changes, whether I say as it.